Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Hey, happy Monday, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us here on THV 11 Plus as we are just 10 days out from Thanksgiving. It's like a family meal here. We're all back together once again.
Only thing missing is the turkey, the Clark Griswold turkey.
That's right.
It's a little dry. It's fine.
It's just a little dry.
It's a little dry.
I just can't believe that it's already here next week.
I'm so excited. I'm jacked up.
I'm ready for all the sides. I like the sides.
The sides
I
are
just
great.
I love the festivities. I love the feeling. I love the leaves. It's been a little warm, but I just
It should be cool by then.
It puts me in a good mood.
Good.
See, Mother Nature's listening. She knows.
It should be. She knows she's not going to mess up Thanksgiving.
Right.
Yesterday I thought this is weird weather for this time of year.
Yeah,
it is. Just a little
But
too
the
warm.
way the
raked
community
leaves and I was
came back
sweating.
to last week for the food drive, for example, the way everybody came together to help those without, and the government is not shut down now, we can maybe have a nice Thanksgiving with a little bit of relief as
Very
families
true.
recoup what they've lost. And so,
Yeah.
great gratitude.
Well, it's here, so get ready. Yeah. It's
coming.
Schools are
Trish, you
off
got
next
to
week,
Christmas stuff up.
Oh, yeah, it's almost done. It's
Oh, it's
almost
almost
done.
done. Okay.
Yeah. I decided yesterday randomly that I was going to start making wreaths out of foraging through my woods.
There we go.
So
So they're very natural. That's awesome.
I don't know what I'm thinking, but I'm going to give it a go.
She said there may just be a pile of stuff.
Yeah.
As long as you have
Never
some
get to it.
ivy or
Yeah.
garland.
I'm
of some
gonna
kind.
work. I made one and it was okay, and I've just kind of been like marinating on it, looking at it, what I like about it, what I don't like
Stick a
about
plaid
it.
You're feeling
bow on
crafty. You really were bored.
Yeah, Addie and
you were off.
I hopped in the truck yesterday morning with my tree clippers on our property, and then people that I know, and we just drove around. We went and got some beignets and a little drink, and then we went and cut portions of trees.
Nice.
festive.
So nice.
How old am I?
I can't wait to see what happens
You were
with
on
this.
vacation.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it was a fun time.
All right.
How's
Well,
traffic, Ashley, this morning?
I don't know how to transition from that to traffic, so let's just jump right into traffic.
Well, you better leave early if you're coming
Oh,
in
that's
from
so
Saline
nice.
County or anything like that.
Just leave it up to Hayden.
I'll be here all week. Well, not tomorrow, but I'll be here Wednesday through Friday.
Taking
Yeah.
off tomorrow. All
I
right,
am.
this is what's going on right now. The volume is starting to increase a little bit. We're seeing a little bit of a slowdown, nothing major on 30 eastbound. We can get a closer look at what's happening there. You can see it 43 miles per hour right before you get to Alexander. Right before that, though, a little bit slower, and also right in front of the Bass Pro Shop, we have some slowdowns as you're getting close to the 430 interchange on 30 eastbound. Really, that's our only slowdown so far. And here is a look at what is happening there on 30 eastbound. You can see that volume increasing a little bit, and our drive times into downtown Little Rock from Conway still looking about the same, 24 minutes, and it is slowing down a little if you're coming from Benton. We're up to 20 minutes now. I think it's increased 3 minutes since the last time that we checked. Cabot's still looking good as you're driving into downtown Little Rock, and Tracy, we'll get another check of that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, well, we're starting out this Monday morning with lots of clouds out there, and we're seeing a few rain showers here and there, but nothing too heavy, and I don't think we're having anything, of course, like Ashley said, that's impacting central Arkansas, which is good news, but that's going to keep temperatures a little bit cooler today. We've got a warm front that's making its way through the state, but we've got a few little showers that are associated with that. Again, not anything too heavy, but we could have just some areas that get a little bit more rain than others, but overall, there's not a lot of moisture associated with this. It is 57 in central Arkansas. We're seeing close to 60 in the south, and keeping things a little bit cooler. They need their jackets this morning. In 40s as you're kicking off your work week. We are going to see those temperatures again start to rise a little here in central Arkansas. If we get maybe a little bit more sun this afternoon, we could see this high maybe a little closer to 70. We'll have to wait and see, but it's going to be a bit breezy out there with some gusts anywhere from 10 to 15. So we're going to keep again that southerly flow there, and that's going to keep things warm, especially in southern Arkansas where we could see some 80s, believe it or not. So a big span of those temperatures with those lower 60s, and then we've even got 82 down there in Texarkana. But we could all see a little shower here and there, but we are watching later this week with those temperatures staying above average and warm at least through Friday. I think we'll peak on Wednesday, and then it'll start to go down, but it'll still be above average. But we're going to keep very, very low chances of rain at least through Wednesday, but we have a weather impact advisory for Thursday where we could see some heavy rain, and a few of those strong storms are possible. Really focused on the heavy rain at this point, but we'll talk more about that. We'll time it all out and let you know exactly where to expect that coming up in my forecast.
All right, Tracy, thank you. President Donald Trump is calling on House Republicans to act. On Sunday night, he posted that they should vote to release all Justice Department files tied to Jeffrey Epstein, saying it's, quote, time to move on. The House is scheduled to vote tomorrow on a discharge petition that could force the release of those files. CBS News' Bradley Blackburn has the very latest, including rising tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela.
President Trump is now urging House Republicans to vote to release the Jeffrey Epstein files, writing, quote, we have nothing to hide.
They're using Jeffrey Epstein as a deflection from the tremendous success that we're having.
A House vote is expected tomorrow.
There are a lot of other people who are involved who have to be held accountable.
President Trump has directed a Justice Department probe into Epstein's ties to top Democrats, including former President Bill Clinton and major banks, after a House panel released more than 20,000 documents from the estate of the deceased sex offender, whom the president previously said he cut ties with years ago. Both Trump and Clinton have denied knowing of Epstein's crimes.
If they have ongoing investigations in certain areas, those documents can't be released. So this might be a big smokescreen.
The president had a public falling out with House GOP ally Marjorie Taylor Greene over her push for the release, calling her a traitor.
Those are the types of words used that can radicalize people against me and put my life in danger.
Marjorie Trader Greene, I don't think her life is in danger.
Meanwhile, the USS Gerald Ford now sits in striking distance of Venezuela as the president weighs possible military operations.
It's all about drugs.
The president said Sunday that he may hold talks with Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro. This as the Pentagon also announced another strike against an alleged drug smuggling boat Saturday, killing 3 people. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Charlotte, North Carolina is now the newest city to see immigration enforcement sent by the Trump administration. Agents have arrested so far nearly 100 people in an operation dubbed Charlotte's Web.
Customs and Border Protection even smashing a man's truck window, though he was later released after proving he is an American citizen. He says he was injured in the process.
This surge is led by Commander Gregory Bovino. He's the same commander who oversaw similar operations in Los Angeles and Chicago. Protesters Sunday filling the streets of uptown Charlotte, pushing back on what they call these heavy-handed tactics.
It's terrifying to pretty much know that at any moment a federal agent can just come out and abuse you just because of the way you look.
I seriously believe that immigration is a civil issue. It's not criminal. So this doesn't make any sense to me.
DHS says the focus on North Carolina is because of its sanctuary policies that restrict cooperation between local law enforcement and federal immigration agents.
CBS News reports internal DHS documents suggest New Orleans could be next.
Back here at home developing this morning, the discovery of a body in Yell County is raising urgent questions over a missing persons case. A fisherman first spotted a body floating Sunday morning in Lake Ola Dale in the town of Ola. That's the same community where 19-year-old Hector Barrientos went missing this month. Officials have not confirmed the identity or any connection to the missing teen, but the body has been sent to the state crime lab and police say the investigation is still ongoing.
After 2 deadly bear encounters this year, something this state hasn't seen in more than a century, wildlife experts are working to answer a lot of questions. One thing they can confirm, the bear population continues to grow here in Arkansas. While bears may look harmless, experts stress that remembering they are wild animals is key when you're out on the trails. They also point out that bears play an important role in spreading plants and influencing other wildlife, even as humans keep moving into their habitat. Also, before you head out to camp or hike, they do say be sure to carry bear spray.
It's very effective. There's a lot of studies out there about how effective bear spray is, and especially for black bears. It's a good tool to have when you're out in bear country for sure.
Another way to keep bears away while out in the wild is to keep food away from your campsite, travel with others, and make noise. Simple steps that help prevent the already rare chance of a dangerous encounter.
It is almost 10 after 7 this morning. The Arkansas State Library Board signs off on more than $1 million in state and local regional library expenditures. The vote Friday came with almost no debate, with the board approving its second quarter funding for fiscal year 2026. The Arkansas Advocate reporting this is the board's only second meeting since the governor replaced the previous panel under a new state law. Members also raised questions about whether rural libraries should get more support, suggesting usage data could help reshape how funds are distributed. For now, the board says it will look into that data while it continues its regular duties.
If you are planning a trip to Pinnacle Mountain this week, big heads up, Arkansas State Parks is preparing for a major prescribed burn on the mountain to help reduce wildfire risk.
That burn window could begin around 9:30 this morning and run through Thursday, weather permitting. Crews say they will only ignite when the temperature, the humidity, and the wind meet strict safety standards.
Now, smoke could drift over Highway 300 and parts of the Little Rock Metro, so drivers should slow down, use headlights, and watch out for firefighters and equipment.
And on the active burn days, several popular trails, including both summit trails and the base trail, will be closed to keep visitors safe. And now let's check in with Ashley Kane and get a look at the traffic this morning.
Hey, it's our typical rush hour, morning commute. We're just seeing some slowdowns in those typical places like 30 eastbound right now, but no major slowdowns so far, no accidents to talk about, thank goodness. We're just seeing that volume start to increase as we typically do at 7-11, right after 7 o'clock. On a Monday morning. We can get a closer look at how slow it's moving on 30 eastbound right now. We can see that volume definitely picking up. It's moving at 28 miles per hour right now, right before you get to Alexander on 30 eastbound. Really, that's the only thing to talk about. I wanted to show you traffic is light right now, 57 southbound, where it usually gets a little bit slow. So no issues there on Interstate 57 around the McCain Mall exit. And our drive times into downtown Little Rock definitely increasing if you're coming in from Benton. We haven't seen any increase in your travel time coming in from Conway, but Cabot is looking like it's slowing down a little bit too if you're coming into downtown Little Rock. We'll get another check coming up in a few minutes.
All righty. Well, Ashley, we are looking. There you are. I've missed you, so come back.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, we are looking, of course, with a lot of folks traveling, but luckily we're not going to see that this week. But as you are traveling, you're going to be able to see these beautiful, vibrant colors that Arkansas always has to offer. Of course, beautiful trees there, just very, very red, and that yellow, orange there in downtown Little Rock. And if you are traveling, you're going to be able to see lots of these beautiful colors as we are heading into the next month or so. Of course, we are into mid-November, so we're starting to see things make its way down here. Of course, that picture was from Central Arkansas, and we would love to see yours as well. You can text them to 501-376-1111. I'd love to showcase your area. Don't forget to let us know where you are watching from and where your picture's taken at. Now, we are going to continue to see this rain, so that will certainly help, but once we get some really gusty winds, that may pull a lot of those leaves off. Now, we're not expecting that just yet, but again, very, very low chances of rain for the next few days, and then we are going to see a bigger chance for some rain on Thursday, and that could give us, again, maybe some flash flooding areas, especially off to our west, but here in central Arkansas, we could still see some areas with 2 to 2.5 inches of rain, and this is a system that will give us all of that. This is the warm front that's making its way through the state right now. It, again, is continuing to pull in that warm, moist air, and once all of that is in place, we're going to start to see this frontal boundary push through, and you know what happens when warm and cold air collides? We could see a few strong storms that are possible, but right now I'm really focused on this heavier rain, which I think we'll see the heaviest, which could be 4 to 5 inches off to the west. But we'll time all this out for you coming up in my forecast in just a few minutes.